So I really feel that the top issue is poverty for us, which means that it's economic opportunity for higher paying jobs and also valuing people for as individuals, and not writing people off. There are problems in the community, very complicated. And so I was able to, as you know, I'm real entrenched right now in homelessness and in recovery. Those are two things that have been, on the recovery side, I would say the last 10 years I've been doing a lot of heavy lifting on recovery because I do believe that there's opportunities, especially for the juveniles, to give them, skill them to lead them out of and into a life of recovery.
When you're talking about recovery, you mean addiction?
Absolutely, a recovery from addiction and living a life in recovery and recognizing that a lot of people that are in recovery have a lifelong challenge ahead of them. And sometimes they may trip, sometimes they're going to move forward. But, when you create a culture of supportive recovery, that means that you're enabling people to see what their worth is and you recognize where they can contribute in the community and where they fit in. And at the basis of recovery is family reunification. Because when you see the situation in the families, a lot of it, some of the division is caused by, unfortunately, the substance abuse issue, right? Combined with the mental health diagnosis, we're really, really having a difficult thing. So for sure, I would say that that is so important because it's a 30-year, more than 30 years, we've been dealing with the methamphetamine problem on Guam. And it is a lot, but I'll tell you that you do it in different ways to try and increase where we are. Where we are right now with, the number of beds for inpatient treatment, the number of supports we have for families, we're really still developing. We're not at a resilient, a robust system. And if you think we are, then we're never going to get out of the problem because there's so much need. But you really can break it down, and there's a lot of people focused in government, out of government, and even in business that we can make more progress. Progress has been made. But on the poverty, and I'll just tell you that the same population that is at risk for involvement in the criminal justice system is the same population that are at risk for adverse health consequences, same population that will have low academic achievement in the schools. It's the same group. And poverty really is the common denominator there. And being able to try and give people an opportunity to get out of poverty and empower themselves, that's kind of like, a fundamental in who I am.